to say, well guys, posture aside, after that, I think these last 2 games, you guys are starting to kind of round into form. Give me what y'all's opinion is about how you've been playing the last couple of games.
Defense has been where it needs to be the last 4 games, but on the offensive end, we're making it a huge problem and a huge factor to get the ball in the paint, landing off too, and that's one thing that we've done a great job in the last 2 games. I mean, it's real easy, when you got 2 7-footers down there, but also, man, when you got outside shooting. With Chris Davis, those 2 threes that he made, down the stretch, was big. I feel like, that opened up the game with that. But, we made a big emphasis on the offense end of getting the ball in the paint and be strong with it because Monmouth, man, they turned guys over. We only had 2 in the second half, and that was the ultimate factor.
Chris, when big number 32 there is hitting like he is, dominating the paint, how much easier does that make your job?
What do you go for?
He had a double-double. That was his 7th double-double.
I'm not surprised.
How much is that
8 for 10 from the field goal.
How much does that open the floor up for you and Jalen?
Very much, just because everybody got to help down, and then the kickouts is wide open, and then you got just play with your teammates, passing one more passes, and yeah.
Talk a little bit about the confidence that you're starting to gain. You're starting to shoot the ball better. It seems like you're kind of rounding into form there when they need you most.
I feel like I always had that confidence. I feel like just the work I put in was going to always show, and eventually it was going to show. And as you see tonight, the work showed, and just spending countless hours in the gym, even just playing against, I say, my vets, the seniors tonight, man, I'm going to love them. Miss them so much when they leave. But no, the vets, though, just playing against them every day in practice has very helped me this whole career and my whole freshman year. And I feel like that's going to translate through my journey of hoops.
Christian, I keep on asking you this all the time, but you just dominate the paint. I mean, your confidence has got to be sky high now.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been doing a great job getting me the ball and finding me when I'm open. Another thing, I mean, like you said, some teams are starting to, crack down a little bit more, and then that opens the floor up for the team, really. So I think it's just, and coach has been really emphasizing that, playing inside out. So I think we've been doing a good job of doing that, and I think it's showing on offense.
You guys kid a little bit of a rough spell there, like a week ago. What's changed these last couple of games just overall?
I mean, we had a tough 2 games last week, and obviously we had Connor out, during a little period, and we got him back again. But I think this group continues to work and believe in ourselves, and our confidence really never fades. And coach's message stays the same, so it's easy to keep pushing forward when that's what it is.
And then Jalen, just talk a little bit about kind of your, had a little rough patch there too, kind of shooting the ball, and now you're kind of getting back again.
Yeah, man, I can't make a layup. I can tell you that much. I don't know what it is or what's going on, but I got to figure that out because I'm leaving a lot of points, on the board. But I got to give credit, to my teammates. I told Coach Groh there at one point because usually the subs that we have, it's more like on NBA terms that we have. But I told him usually I come in at the 8-minute mark. I let them know like, hey man, if these guys are playing as well as they are playing, sit me out. Let them keep going. So my teammates, did a great job today. And obviously, I got to fix them bunnies. But at the end of the day, man, if I go 4 for 11 and we win by 10, I'm not tripping at all.
Just talk about, do you guys feel like you're peaking, you're playing better? Does this week kind of give you confidence now heading into the last week of the season?
No, yeah, we definitely have confidence. We got to take care of, this game up Thursday. Hopefully, Wilmington, can fall one. So, that last game can be for first place. But at the end of the day, man, we got to just control our own destiny. We got, the confidence right now is at an all-time high. We're definitely feeling good in this last 2 road stretch.
Thought we beat a really good team today. I think they're a team that has given us – those type of teams have given us problems. Really happy the fact that, the last couple games we've done a much better job of valuing the ball, taking care of it, to have 16 turnovers in 2 games for this group, the way that we haven't taken care of it the last month and a half, had 40 assists the last 2 games. Really good to see. I think our efficiency on offense, getting the ball in the paint, getting it to Christian, getting Cho on lobs, a lot of that has been manufactured because we've played deeper into the shot clock. More guys have touched it, and that was certainly on display today. So I'm really pleased with where we're at offensively. We've got to continue to play that way. get better. This is the most important time of the year. Defensively, I think when we don't turn it over and we don't put teams in 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s and disadvantaged situations, we've done a pretty good job of being difficult to score against. I mean, obviously, when you have the size we do around the rim, you can tell guys trick some layups at times simply because of the size, not to mention the blocks they get. Really pleased with the effort today and the energy. And, it's an important time of the year. We got 2 on the road now.
Do you feel like you're building momentum towards the tournament with these last two wins that you got?
I sure hope so. I mean, I think, we've got, 12 conference wins. A year ago we had 13. So, we've got to try to do the job here coming up on the road trip. But, it's all going to play out in D.C. You just got to play your best basketball down the stretch. I think this team is doing that. I don't think there's any question to that as you've followed our program, that we're playing the best basketball of the year right now.
Yeah, Jalen, when I asked him about it, he felt that kind of emphasizing getting the ball into Christian is kind of what turned things around here.
Yeah. And Christian's gained a ton of confidence. I think that's everything for a player. He's gained a lot of confidence, and then it's snowballed that our players have gained confidence in him. It's put a lot of pressure on teams to bring second and third defenders, the closeout situations that our perimeter players are getting. They're not just firing up threes. They're also, putting the ball on the floor. We're getting uncontested layups. We're getting drop-offs. And then Joel, he's difficult to handle. He's a much different player than Christian, but when you get him in space, he's hard to stop up there. And our players, I think, have really found a way to get those two involved.
Both ends of the floor, I thought this was as solid a performance as I've seen from you all season. Agree, disagree, just comment.
I do, and I think, I said it to King before the game, I think they have one of the harder playing teams in our league. It screams on film. This league is brutal with travel, to go Thursday, Saturday, turn around, a 4-hour bus trip in between. We probably didn't get Monmouth's best energy, but, we've been in that situation too, where we've got to go double game on a road trip. So it's just the inequity of having 13 teams in the league and whatever. But I thought our guys were ready to play, played pretty consistent throughout against a very good team.
And then Chris Davis Jr. just knocking down some shots. He just kind of keeps playing better and better as the season has gone on.
It's what you want out of freshmen. I remember Everett telling me in one of the post-game spots that, hey, coach, it's going to pay dividends down the line when Connor wasn't eligible and Jalen had to sit because he was hurt and Colby was hurt. We had a lot of the freshmen playing. And, I think he was pointing to moments like today, and Chris has gotten so much better as the year's gone on. We knew he could score, but he's taken efficient shots, and where he's really grown is defensively and rebounding the ball. So really happy. Guys like Chris Davis deserve the success they have because he never takes a day off. He's in the gym constantly. He loves the game. He watches film. Those are the type of guys that get rewarded. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Yep.